My name is Jim McGraw. I'm a Dynamics AX Services Industry Architect. And what this means is in my role, it's helping partners and customers pick the right solution to help address business needs that they have.
Jim, let's talk about Microsoft's market mobile direction, their business drivers, and how they help shape the customer's mobile experience today.
That's a great one. What we see, and Microsoft has recognized this, is that in a mobile-first and cloud-first world, the customer expectations of their interaction with the software, like an ERP system, have changed. They really expect to be able to take their data and their information with them, which means they want to be able to process basic transactions on a mobile device, like a cell phone for field management, or they want to be able to look up and process basic transactions and be able to interact with their ERP system through something like a tablet. So in recognition of this, Microsoft continues to invest heavily in being able to provide technology solutions that run on all of these different form factors. We invest heavily in mobile solutions. We've re-architected AX7 to take advantage of these new solutions and approaches. And we're looking for our partner community and companies like Dynamics Software to do the same. And we're asking them to make the same commitment that we have towards things like HTML5 and being able to provide these solutions in all the different form factors in order to meet the fundamental shift in the marketplace.
In your role as a Microsoft industry architect, how do you help customers, partners, and prospects?
So as an industry architect, I'm always on the lookout for partners who bring the right solution to the table to address customer needs. So when we look at a partner like Dynamics Software, we're really looking for a partner who has dedication to a specific industry space, who continues to invest heavily in research and development and extend their product in line with Microsoft's R&D investment as well. So for Dynamics Software, this means in recognizing that Dynamics Software has recently re-architected their solution on HTML5, which means for the customer that the customer, if they have a BYOD policy or bring your own device policy, that customer is able to deliver a solution into their employees' hands that'll run on any form factor. So this is a great thing that Dynamics Software brings to the table, and it really adds a lot of value in the sales cycle when we're going through and looking for a partner who has that level of dedication, research and development, and the ability to put the right solution in a customer's hands.
Jim, can you share your thoughts on how a customer or a prospect can benefit from implementing or deploying a Dynamics Software mobile solution?
Oh, absolutely. Quite frequently we see, especially in a down economy like we're seeing now with the price per barrel dropping significantly, we're seeing a ripple effect throughout several industries where we see customers attempting to leverage their existing equipment or facilities in such a way that they can increase the operating efficiency, string out the useful life of the asset a bit longer, and actually capture good quantitative financial information. So when we see a solution like Dynamics Software come to the table with the offline and online capabilities and the ability to issue work orders to their employees, and these employees can take a mobile device into the field. They can capture things like images of the of the equipment that they're working on. They can do real-time or near real-time consumption of inventory, which then provides the business the ability to see what the actual operating cost is associated with the piece of equipment or facility and make decisions about whether or not to continue investing in that asset or to replace it. And we see this sort of opportunity showing up across the services industry space. So other industries that also have these sorts of needs are things like oil and gas, facilities management, real estate management, and basically anybody who has a mobile workforce that really needs the ability to have near real-time or real-time on and offline capabilities on a mobile device.
Jim, how do you feel Dynamics Software distinguishes itself in the ERP marketplace with its solutions?
Dynamics Software does a great job of addressing the services industry through things like facilities management. And I'll use this one as a specific example, but it's a great example. When we look at the solution that Dynamics Software brings in the facilities management space, we see this dedication towards HTML5, ensuring alignment with future product direction with Dynamics AX 7.0. But then we also see this sort of knowledge of an industry vertical where Dynamics Software is invested in understanding business processes. They've taken those business processes and made them available in different form factors like mobile devices and tablets for people who are in a position where they need to be out in the field and have this sorts of information at their fingertips. So in this case, we would say something like a facilities manager issues a work order to somebody who's in the field. That field employee goes out, takes a look at a particular piece of equipment or facility, ensures that they understand whether or not it's a break-fix scenario or replace scenario, consumes inventory, reports that inventory on a real-time basis back into the ERP solution, and then this allows people in the management line of work to be able to look at and understand whether or not that piece of equipment is still operating at efficiency level. It requires continued investment and what the actual cost of investment is in those. We also see other examples there where we've got service and dispatch capabilities where we can leverage the facilities management tool in order to issue work orders to employees who are already in the field, maybe reprioritize their work, maybe be able to give them the ability to figure out what their own workload is going to be and make it most efficient based on actual field conditions. One of the other great things that we see about dynamic software is this offline and online capabilities. So if an employee is going to be in the field or in a basement and they don't actually have connectivity, they're able to continue their work, continue things like inventory consumption, job order statuses, and then update the ERP system when they get back to a point where they're connected.
Jim, how does dynamic software fit into Microsoft's network and strategy?
Dynamics Software is one of these partners that we see has close alignment with our research and development team and continues to invest heavily in extending their product and ensuring alignment with AX7. What this means for our customer base is that they can rest assured that when we come to market with the next release of Dynamics AX, that Dynamics Software will also be in alignment and ready to release their products at the same time.
What advice do you have for us, Jim, with our solutions going forward?
Well, we have a couple of things, when we look at this question, there's a couple of things that we should really focus on. One of them is the obvious one, is to continue to invest in the space and continue to streamline the operations and the product and ensure alignment with services and to extend the product to be able to support additional services industries. But the other one, and the one that may be of more interest is how do we actually ensure that we're acknowledging this customer transition and fundamental movement inside of the way that people go to work. And when we look at the way customers interact with solutions, it's no longer a world where somebody's sitting in front of a desktop and pounding away at a keyboard. We've got a mobile workforce where people are taking their work with them, and we've got field employees who have a mobile device or a tablet in their hands or they're connected via their truck. We've got line managers who have tablets and they're practicing management by walking around. And we see, of course, there's always going to be a need for people who are more intensive in their work and having to sit down and work on a keyboard. But what we really want to focus here is this sort of transition towards a mobile-first world. And this is where we think that Dynamics Software has a competitive advantage. When they go to market and they look at what's going on in the space, or when you go to market and look at what's going on in the space, Dynamics Software architecting their solutions on HTML5, making sure that the solutions will run across different form factors like tablets and mobile phones, and making sure that all research and development is done in tandem with Microsoft R&D staff to ensure alignment with the next product release. These are the sorts of things that we really think that you should focus and put your energy into, and we know that you're doing it now and doing a great job of it.
Jim, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us today.
It was wonderful to be here. Thank you very much, Manisha.